Hello and happy Sunday. This is Angel Martinez, and we're here for a special reading day. Happy Canada Day weekend to our friends up north. Happy 4th of July weekend to our friends in the United States. And we are here for a special Sunday reading from Anna Butler's Day of Wrath, which is the final piece in her Taking Shield series. This is an absolutely amazing space opera military science fiction series. If you have not started reading this, please start now. It's great stuff. Anna describes this as not a romance but a love story. I sort of agree with that. It's not the normal structure of a romance, but there's definitely a romance at the heart of this story. The principals, Bennett and Flynn, do spend some time apart because they do officially work in different branches of the service. Flynn is a fleet pilot assigned to a specific ship, very often in space, while Bennett is part of SHIELD, which is sort of a spec ops specialty force that does a lot of things that our special forces would do, or any black ops forces might do. Very secret stuff. So he does get assigned to fleet now and then, but his heart is really with SHIELD, with his own branch of the service. So in this last, and I promised Anne, she actually gave me the whole arc to read, which was wonderful, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away, and picking an excerpt to read was difficult because of that. But I want to read an excerpt that kind of gives you a look into Bennett and Flynn's relationship and their relationship with service and the people around them. So this is just after new ensigns have come to the ship, newly assigned, and of course there have been big speeches in the officers' club, and things are kind of winding down. So here we join Bennett and Flynn in the officers' club for a particular scene. He fell into his usual seat with a sigh of relief when it was all over. Flynn pushed another glass into his hand. The wine, chilled and golden, was a benison for a throat that didn't take kindly to oratory. Flynn grinned, and had melted into the crowd before Bennett had the chance to lower his glass after the first sip. The sharp ringing of the bell on the bar cut through all the conversations and laughter. The bartender could yell, too. "Quiet! Lieutenant Flynn has an announcement to make." Bennett turned his head and jackknifed to sit upright. Oh, the bastard wasn't. "All right, boys and girls." Flynn was almost bouncing on his toes, grinning. He always did like being the focus of everyone in sight. "We're here tonight because of mindless military tradition, in our case getting traditionally mindless on good liquor, as we welcome our newest ensigns. But I don't think they'd mind if I crashed their party for a few minutes. Everyone got a drink?" A host of glasses were waved at him. Bennett tried to choke down a sigh. The bastard was, damn him. "Excellent! I like to see our old customs embraced with such fervor. We have another custom, if you remember. If someone gets promoted, they buy drinks for the entire OC, am I right?" Flynn was completely at his ease. The damned treacherous sod. "You all know that we're kicking the captain off the ship at the end of the month and sending him back to SHIELD, but what you don't know is that fleets put such a polish on the man, such a luster, that when SHIELD gets him back, they're punting him up a rank. I reckon that's worth at least 2 drinks each. What do you say?" Bennett put his head in his hands. Someone's hand connected painfully with the area between his shoulder blades as surprised silence fractured into cheers, yells, and foot-stamping. Pilots jumped up and down, waving their glasses at him. Another thump to the back, and Carson was pulling him to his feet and into the most astonishing hug, yelling in his ear. Bennett had to laugh. It was that, or commit murder. Flynn let it go on for a moment or two before getting the bartender to ding that bloody bell again. Bennett was half enveloped in hugs, half deafened by shouted good wishes. Yelling her delight, Cruz flung her arms around his neck, and the smacking kiss to the cheek had his ears ringing. His face felt as if it were on fire. "Flynn, I am going to hurt you for this." He smiled in a way that he hoped suggested pleasant anticipation. It was hard to stop grinning and laughing, but he tried. "I'm going to dangle you out of an airlock by your favorite appendage." Yeah. Flynn waved a dismissive hand to a chorus of laughter and catcalls. "You always promise me that, and so far you've never delivered. There's only so long a man can hang around waiting. Point is, while we're sad to see you go, Bennett, we're delighted that you're getting promoted. We'll miss you, and S.H.I.E.L.D. are damn lucky to get you back. Right, people?" More cheers and yells that died only at the insistent ringing of the bell. Flynn raised his glass. "Charge your glasses, and let's hear it for the captain. No, for the S.H.I.E.L.D. Major-elect. S.H.I.E.L.D. Major Bennett!" The roar should have split open bulkheads. Bennett yelped and fell back in a scrum of a couple of dozen pilots, and more were heading his way. The breath was knocked out of him with a whoosh that could probably be heard parsecs away. Gods, he'd kill Flynn when he got hold of him. Kill him! At least that's what he promised himself, until Flynn fought his way through the scrum to deliver his own bone-crushing hug. And Bennett saw Flynn's eyes were bleak, and that his mouth was drawing down, just as his own wanted to do. And he said nothing. There really wasn't anything he could say. All right, so that's our short excerpt from Day of Wrath, which is the final installment in the Taking S.H.I.E.L.D. series. I will have links and all below. Please buy this series if you have any interest in space opera, military science fiction at all. It is just wonderful stuff. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening.